Oh!
Dude, that's a big one.
Got him! Dude, look at this. This is wild. Right in our backyard.
That's a big one.
We ran over a nail.
Went there, but everything, all the fishing was different than last year.
Have you ever wondered what goes into one of my trips? A lot. I know it looks a little chaotic, you know. My desk here's got lenses, GoPro, knife, everything you need to survive the craziness. So that's what we're doing. We're packing for one of these crazy trips. Maybe we'll pick out a fancy lure while we're at it. Specifically the rat, because this month is the Michigan Rat Challenge to get your wild card. So we're gonna take the rat. Obviously I used this in one of my last videos. We broke the bill off of it and I don't really want to open the other one. So not gonna do that. But I think the rat can play. So we'll just throw that in the bag. 1,600 miles round trip coming up. We are not playing around. We're gonna loop it through the scupper plugs because who knows where I'm gonna stop. Well, yet another pit stop. It's just hurdle after hurdle today. It's just, it doesn't seem like the world wants me to go to Pennsylvania. All right, today we are at a branch of the Susquehanna River. I'm way up here. This is the West Branch, which is one of these branches that's recovered from a lot of industrialization, basically.
Sometimes I'll do that to Scott just to piss him off. Like, he'll get a top up.
Monster, dude. Whoa. I don't even think he was as big as the rat. Perfect, just what I needed. He got it all like wound up in the braid, so I'm gonna have to cut the line. All right, we'll deal with this in a second. I wanna just make a cast since we're in position. Got one. I think he's very big. Oh, and he's off. Figures. I just lost one. I definitely feel like the Pro has a little bit more oomph than the normal 180. Say what you will about the Susquehanna, it is possible to have a bad day on this river. I did not catch a single fish in the first upstream journey here on this trip. So we're turning around, we're gonna fish back down the side we didn't fish on the way up, and then we're gonna launch somewhere new and exciting. Oh my gosh, no way. No way. Wow. I think that is the same size as the rat. Well, that pretty much sums up this branch of the river. Oh my gosh, as soon as it hit the water. And it's a dinker. Glad he got off. Dude, the ledge is loaded. All right, well, I guess they heard that we were leaving. All right, new launch. Things have changed a bit. Just going back to Old Faithful on the main stem. on the bright side, on this particular branch, you can pretty much fish with your rods up in the back. I'm seeing a lot of like little tiny bitty crayfish everywhere, which is interesting. So I'm way out here in the middle. Can't really fish this otherwise because it's a little swift right here. I don't know how deep it is right there, but get a little bit closer here and see if I can make one more cast. There we go, right on the money. There's tons of like little bitty crayfish everywhere. I mean, everywhere. I switched to the plopper over the rack because it was just easier to kind of make it work. I'm tempted to put on one of those mini juvie craws. This is my river. Have you done any good over there?
I mean, it looks great, but I only caught one.
I haven't caught any.
Something's up today. Like this, all this is too good to not catch fish.
Yeah, I can't, like, I didn't get anything in the islands. That's the crazy part.
This river has so many fish, though. This doesn't make sense.
I know, that's what I'm a little confused about, because, like, I've never not been able to catch dinks here. I mean, it just could be the day. I don't know. They might turn on tomorrow. I don't think I've ever been outright skunked here. I mean, I guess technically this is just part 2 of one trip, but... See, last time I was here, I was catching them in this stuff, where there's like a grass island with like water coming through the center.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
It was like lights out. You would catch one at the end, every single one.
I mean, it could be like 6 inches deep. There's still one there.
Oh,
Oh, dude, that's a big one.
got him. Patience. Don't swat. That's a nice one. Oh gosh. Well, at least we know they're still existing here. Dude, I can't believe he came back for it like 3 times. He was like right exactly where we were just talking to. There's your teaching moment. All right. Well, at least we caught something. So not a great day of fishing, but look at this view from our bathroom. Apparently there's trout in there. Actually, I think I see one right there. So this is a pretty sick little Airbnb. We got a little deck, this room. I'm gonna take this room. I feel like I deserve it after everything I've been through. But that's a pretty sick view. I've never had a view like this in a room that I've stayed in. Dude, look at this. This is wild, right in our backyard. Apparently there's trout in here. All those shoals, elevation drop coming out of the mountains. So this is round 2. We are here on a mud bank, launching into the Susky. We're gonna try to catch some fish. We're not gonna fish super long today. Yesterday we only caught a handful of fish. We didn't fish super long, but
This looks really good. I've never been to this section of the river, so we're gonna try it out and see what we can get. Say what?
The water's flowing out this way right here.
There we go. Only a very big one. Oh, it's alive. It's like an 18, maybe actually I think it's deceptive. I actually don't think this is an 18. I think it's a, I think it's like a 17. I think it's just fat. A little solid chunker. All right, 17, just like I thought. Back into the juice. That's like a pretty good one, actually. I got one.
Nice. See it. They're out there.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, he's not very long though. He's just fat. He's like one of those northern butterballs. Little fat chode. I'm pretty dude. You know, they're not a giant, but I'll never get tired of smallmouth that look like this. Just healthy. Like 5 years, this will be a beautiful smallmouth. It's beautiful now, I just mean. Dang, I just lost a big one. Dang, dude. Right out here. On the bug! On the bug! Dude, I saw him on the bug. I'm gonna net him just to make sure I catch him. No, it's like it's still on the bug. Little guy, but proof of the purchase. Look at that. That is the fuzzy bug, Rick Jake style. I gotta come up with a name for this, but I'm gonna call it. It's not a giant, but he smoked that thing. I saw them rising on some dragonflies, threw in there and caught this little chunker. So just to show you guys what we're throwing, this is the new Fuzzy Bugz. You know, it just looks like a bug with some wings, and I've got like that jungle finesse sniper. I think it's finesse sniper. It's an owner hook. I love it. It's perfect because I can rig it on the other side. When they suck it, it gets turned around, set the hook, catch them. So tons of dragonflies around me. I mean, look at them all. So this is perfect scenario for the Susky today. Dude, he just absolutely annihilated that thing. I'd love to catch a big one on it.
Oh, I got one on the BFS. Little guy, but hey, I'll take it. We completed the slam. Every single lure we brought today. All right, not a giant, but hey, just the Cast King BFS with the little Pond Magic Micro buzzbait. We missed that big one earlier on it. We catch his baby nephew, but hey, it's better than nothing.
Christine was giving her seminar, "Are you crazy?" Because she gave some juice. I mean, absolute juice. I'm not super experienced with river.
So we had to get our tire fixed at the mechanic shop. We ran over a nail, so I spent the whole day after the Bashu brunch got over with pulling a screw out of my tire. They got it patched up, but now we are looking for anglers. But I am going to take a little pit stop to this creek I know on my way to these anglers and see if we can't catch a fish.
If he shows up. He was here at some other events we did.
Went there, but everything, all the fishing was different than last year. So Josh got on.
So we're going home. Look at this view, dude. This is why I love Pennsylvania. We're not leaving on the most happy terms. There was a lot of drama that went on with this tournament. But regardless, a lot of work went into this tournament, and I love Pennsylvania, and most of the anglers are really good people around here. So don't let a few bad outcomes decide what your opinion of this area is, because everybody makes mistakes. We're heading back to the house, 12 hours on deck. We'll see you there. So we're back where we started. A lot cleaner than when you guys saw it last, but we are back in the office, hanging out, recovered from Pennsylvania. Let's talk about it. So the format in this video was a bit odd, and I'm sure you guys noticed that, because the fishing wasn't great, and then we kind of cut the awards. There was almost no footage of me chasing down anglers, because one of the things that I do with Kayak Ninja Series is I run our media. So a lot of times we find anglers, we edit it up, we chop it up, we do those cool highlight videos, stuff during the awards, all that. Well, because of some things that went on, which everyone's probably heard about, we had an interesting Friday evening into Saturday. Essentially what happened is we had an angler, two anglers, maybe three, I don't actually know what happened to the third, get DQ'd for fishing too close to the dam you saw at the end of this video. Talked about into the ground by tons of people, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit since it happened during my video and my trip there. Reality is things happen in this. Rules are there to be enforced, and even if it doesn't feel like, you know, the rule was broken in a way that was huge, it doesn't matter. It's a rules are rules. And you know, we had some anglers get too close to that dam, and they had massive bags get DQ'd. I happen to know one of the guys. My opinion of him has always been positive. My opinion of him still pretty much remains the same, because I think that the reality is you can make mistakes in a tournament, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person. Now, I'm sure there's going to be tons of people who will jump on here and tell me why that was bad, this has happened before, etc., etc. I've seen it all. I'm trying not really to take a side here, and that's not me fence sitting. The reality is like, I went there to have fun. I'm sure most other people did. There was a lot of money on the line. Rules were enforced. A DQ of 102 inches happened. And you know, it sucks. Like, you never want to see that. I mean, I had some really cool on the water interviews. Had to scrap all of those, and they'll just be lost to time at this point. Tons of cool footage of people catching fish along that dam, all of which couldn't use because they got disqualified. You know, the DNR had to write a ticket for the infraction. I don't know the outcome of that. I'm not going to comment on that because it is a legal matter. But yeah, they kind of put a damper on the trip, on top of the fact that I got a flat tire. I had some issues with the kayak falling out of the truck on the way there. That pit stop at the rest stop was me fixing that.
the shear pin on the kayak lock I had failed because it got rusted and it popped off. Luckily I had an extra one in the car, but dodged a bullet there. So it just seemed like this trip was doomed because not only was the adventure getting there difficult, when I got there the fishing sucked. It was not great on my end, and then turn around and we have the DQ stuff happen. So a lot of work goes into these kayak adventure series events, a lot of driving, a lot of driving. I did well over 3,000 miles total for this trip, so I was exhausted, and you know, I don't really have a lot of good footage from it, and the fishing sucked. So it is what it is though. You don't go into every trip expecting that it's going to be great. That's the adventure of fishing. I had fun. The second day of fishing, I caught them on everything I threw, so I accomplished that goal. Didn't catch any giants. We caught them on the new Man Fuzzy Bugz. We caught them on the BFS buzzbait. We caught them on the rat. We caught them on a chatterbait. Everything. I even caught some on a plopper on the first day. So a lot of variety in this video. Some fish were caught. Really cool Airbnb. Overall, awesome trip. Overall, I had a good time, marred with some bad, valleys and those high mountain peaks, but that's the way it goes. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time on the water.